We didn't know what to do. There was no precedent for that. That had never happened before. A live hanging on children's television. Heaven forbid. Always a pleasure to hang out with you.
Oh, fuck off.
I actually did like one of the characters. The only character I liked was Porkshire. He was a very warm and comforting presence, much like Bacon, ironically.
Porkshire was the life and soul of the party. He was a fun-loving guy, and then something changed.
Originally, it was a whole thing where I'd contract the flu and, you call it swine flu. But I were the doctor, so I'd have to perform the surgery on myself. And then Andy would come in and he'd smell bacon. And it'd be like one of those things, where the humans cook all the dead animals. What's it called? A barbaric. That's it. Barbaric. I said I wouldn't do it because swine flu is actually something of a serious matter for me.
But he was a brilliant actor, and so we didn't want to lose him. So I had the genius idea that if we could get some pork, maybe Porkshire could eat the pork. People find cannibalism funny.
I said, absolutely not. No way.
We asked him if he'd be willing to do it, and he said, why not? Poor K no.
It became very clear that it was a case of pig out or make a pig of myself, if you know what I mean.
Of course, I was very sad to hear later on that he tried to take his own life. Twice, I believe, and he only succeeded in killing off the parts of his character that anybody wanted to see. It was interesting.
The hanging scene wasn't scripted at all. After I left the set, I went to kiss my wife. I always do. But this time, she refused, saying that I tasted of pork. Look at you! It's all over your face, she said. She said she could finally see me for what I really was, and she didn't like it. And I didn't like that, so I just went hog wild.
We didn't know what to do. There was no precedent for that. That had never happened before. A live hanging on children's television. Heaven forbid. And it wasn't just Porkshire's neck on the line. No, one of the staff was sacked, unfortunately. You had the quite vulgar image of the hanging. And then on top of that, you put these ridiculous sort of comedy sound effects. It's completely distasteful, and he had to go.
They say you are what you eat. Well, I ate a butchered, rotting pig. So what does that make me? Eh?
It was like, come on! I literally eat pork all the time. It's just food, isn't it? You silly pig.
The scene with the pills was just part of the story, because the hanging scene had gone so well. We didn't want to leave people hanging with my mental health, but the problem is when you make a joke about your mental health, people don't take you seriously, when you actually need help, you know.
Of course, in acting, there's a big stigma and a big problem with mental health, and nowhere is this better epitomised than on Milk Splat, where we saw some really insane stuff happening and some really imbalanced people.
I'd be sat there absolutely crippled with depression, and people would say, "Oh, let me know when you're going to do it, and I'll come for a sausage roll, yeah?" You know, I should have just been honest.
I did hear as well that whilst he was in critical condition, the rest of the cast had organised a wake for him. Of course, in the end, he survived, but they'd organised a wake, and I do hear that it had a sensational buffet. It really makes you think, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't make you think so much. They wanted to scoff the bastard.
You know, I just didn't vocalise my problems. But now I'm out on tour and I'm telling people that life is worth it. It's worth carrying on for. That's what keeps me going. You've got to get up and give yourself a second chance. I put the can into ex-cannibal. But to this day, I just cannot get the taste of pork out of my mouth.
Oh, he's a hero, that pig. He really is. I mean, think about it. How many children do you know that are also cannibals? Exactly. And, you know, that's down to, I believe, the work of Porkshire. And, of course, you know, I take a little bit of credit for that as well.
Go on, do the that's all sign-off thing that you do. You what? Oh, no. I think you've got the wrong pig, mate.
Go on.
Oh, go on. That's it now.
Oh, yeah, that's not it. Yeah, maybe it was a different pig.